Hello, I'm Mal, and welcome to a first look at Door Kickers, Alpha version 9. Well, what is Door Kickers? Well, it's a real-time pausable SWAT team simulator. And I have to say, when I first took a look at this title, and before I get into all the details of that, let me get a shout out to KillHouse Games, specifically one of the developers there, Dan, who provided me with this alpha release version for review. Thanks a lot, guys. And as promised, here's my thoughts on the game. On its surface, it's a pretty simple interface, and it leads you to believe that it's a simple game. And that's, I think, what I believe where the value comes in this title, because it does have a simple interface, and it's sort of hiding a very complex game, which is pretty cool, because how often do you have overly complicated UI and a gazillion different buttons, particularly in a simulation type game? Door Kickers sort of just throws into the face of that and says, no, we're going to have a simple interface, essentially point and click, and we're still going to have this very robust set of different options, tactical elements, layered underneath that UI. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. And I'll take a close look at the missions, and I'll explain everything to you. But let's go through the menu here first. As you can see, campaign is grayed out. Now, again, this is an alpha version, right? So this isn't a pre-release state. Now, these terms get thrown around a lot, particularly when you talk about Steam Early Access, which is where this game currently resides. Alpha, beta, final beta, and then release or whatever, pre-release. This gets thrown around a lot. But in terms of, actual definitions of what that means, what alpha means, typically, is sort of the industry norm, is that you have a build that, while playable, may not be stable, and it's not feature complete. And then betas are supposed to be feature complete, so you have all the core elements in there, but then maybe you're squashing bugs, or you're maybe making some improvements, and you're polishing the game before release. So you have alpha and then beta, right? And alpha is supposed to be not all that stable necessarily, and certainly not feature complete. Well, for this Door Kickers, at least this version, which I'm looking at, and this is, early April 2014, it's very stable. So that part of the alpha does not apply, at least for me. I haven't encountered any game-breaking bugs. It's very stable, and the only thing that applies in terms of it being an alpha is that it's not feature complete, because some of these things like the campaign, and my understanding is they want to add multiplayer, those things aren't in the game yet. But it certainly doesn't really show, because there's tons to do, as there is. Alright, so let's see. Let's get back to that. We got single player. Obviously, campaign mode's not in. You do have mission generator, so you can literally set whatever it is that you want, and it'll procedurally generate you a mission, which is, talk about replay value, right? You can replay an old mission. Brief tutorial on basic movement and how things work. Your options. Okay, so bear in mind, when you change your sound in this, the slider bar doesn't give you a preview, so you just lower it, then hit apply. It'll make the change. I don't think that's a big deal. You can set your gore to whatever whatever you feel comfortable with. As far as changing your video options, right now you could do so in this options.xml file. It tells you where it's at. It defaulted to the resolution that I wanted, and it looks good to me. So I didn't make any changes, but you can do so here if you want. And then here's the interface. This is it. Spacebar pauses it. You have A, B, and C for alpha code, beta code, Charlie code, and we'll get into that. F1 if you need help. F2 to bring up your briefing toggle. right-click strafe lock is control, and then S for sniper fire if you have a sniper that's backing you up on your mission. That's it. So, like I said, it's, you know, extremely simple interface. Let's see, there's also an editor, so you can literally make your own map. I mean, to me, this is the kind of stuff that just adds so much value to a game. So, you can set the you know, how the enemies are gonna pat. You can set, you know, you can pull in different elements. You know, oh, I want this plant. Okay, well, I'll just drop it right there. Actually, I want a bunch of them. It's like a greenhouse in here or something. I mean, that's really, really cool. And the developers are also very mod friendly. So again, this speaks to replayability, and you don't see this in a lot of larger titles because there seems to be always a mindset of, you know, are we going to be able to get some DLC out of people later? None of that here. I mean, you buy the game, and even at this point, there's a ton of replayability. All right, let's exit that. All right, let's go into a single mission here and take a look. As you can see, I've played through several levels, and I was going to play this a little bit, you know, to make a first impression video, which is what I'm doing now, and give you my thoughts on the game. And like I said, I was just gonna, maybe I was just gonna play a little bit, an hour or two, right? You don't need to play much more than that to be able to get a first impression of a game, right? I ended up playing more than that, and you'll see why in just a second. All right, let's start with this. Well, I guess we'll just start with the first one here. All right, clearing hostiles, eliminate the terrorists. You can see here we have 5 tangos that we have to take out. We hit go. Now, we're here on the planning stage. Now, at this beginning level, it's pretty simple. We can't change out our guys' equipment. We really can't do a whole lot other than set out the actual sort of mission objectives, like how we want them to move and whatnot. But as you get deeper into the game, you actually have the option to change out who your guys are, how they're equipped, what type of, like, what archetype they are. So, like, these guys are, they have pistols as their main weapons, and they're carrying some flashbangs, and these are called point men, and they're supposed to be fast and mobile, and they're the guys that sort of take your crew in, thus the name point men, right? But you also have assaulters, you have breachers, which are like the guys with the shotguns that like blow the doors off the hinges, and you have stealth guys. So they're equipped with, like, submachine guns with suppressors on them and whatnot, silencers. So all that becomes available as you get a little bit further in. So let's go through this. Let's talk about the interface. You click on a guy, like I'm clicking here on James with my left mouse button. And again, this is in planning mode, so I'm essentially plotting out what I want to do before I execute it. Now, you can just play in real time and hit spacebar whenever you want, or you can try to plan out an entire mission using Go codes in advance and then sort of watch what you've done. So it's like, let me set up all these different waypoints and actions and then see if my plan worked, which is fun to do. So let's see. I'm gonna go right here, like right. Well, actually, hold on. That's not exactly what I want to do. How about right there? And I'm gonna see if I can get a flashbang through this door. Not quite. Okay. Maybe if I come out to like here, should be able to get a flashbang there. I'll have this guy follow the same kind of path and then go in, like so. And then from here, I'm going to pick up this waypoint. This is this guy, right? I'm going to pick up this waypoint, and I'm going to go like this. And you can see where they're at. Okay. Now, at this point, I'm going to establish a go code, because I want them both sort of lined up before I move forward here. And I'm going to right click. I'm going to grab the flashbang. I'm going to toss this flashbang right here. Right here. Yeah, okay. Now, he's doing that, and then he's going to run up here, like so. This guy's going to clear this way, and then he's going to go up here. Alright, now, that takes us through the first part of the mission. Now, the other element is that you're also going against the time. You can see this clock right here. So I can get through a mission and not have any of my guys injured, and clear out all the tangos, and still not have, 3-star success if I don't beat the timer. In this case, there's, I think, 15 seconds. So, let's see. We'll go ahead and run through this way on the planning mode, and then at this point I'll take over sort of manual control. Alright? So let me hit play. And again, you can hit spacebar to pause at any time. Now see, that did not go exactly how I wanted, because I wanted that flashbang to land there before the other guy, so my timing was a little off. Now, what I could have done was I could have set a go code back here and have them all lined up, and I could have had like one on Alpha, then one on Bravo, or whatever, so that the flashbang went, then the second guy moved in. I could have changed the timing if I wanted to. Well, let's see if they do any better in this room. Let me hit Alpha for the go code.
Alpha, go.
And unpause it. Managed to flashbang my own guy, which is not good, albeit it's not great, but a lot of times in this map, if there's a guy right here, if one of your guys gets flashbanged and the other guy's coming right behind him, it's still salvageable. Now, we've already run over the time though. Look at that. 15 seconds. And we just basically, we only paused for a couple of seconds down here, right? So, I'm just going to try to go into this room and see if I can clear him out.
Good job. We're done.
Okay, so we managed to do it. Okay, so we got the hostiles, but we were off 3 seconds here, so we got 2 out of 3 stars. Now this is where the game gets you, because you're like, no, I want 3 stars. I gotta have 3 stars, and you'll try it, or at least I did, over and over again until you have the 3 darn stars. And that, to me, intrinsically is where the value of a game comes from. It's that next turn, just a couple more minutes, I don't have to go to bed just yet. That's what you want to see from a game, and I will tell you, that's exactly the experience I've had with Door Kickers. My expectations were very moderate. This is an independent studio that doesn't have a tremendous number of resources, I would imagine. And it's a small title that's been in development for quite some time, but again, I had been following the game a little bit, hadn't played it yet, my expectations were modest, and I was really pleasantly surprised at the level of polish and how much fun the game is, and it's really quite challenging. So, let me go back here, single mission, and I'll show you something a little bit more complex. With this Cartel Beach Party, this to me turned into the I could stay up just a few more minutes and keep playing this. This map right here is the one that did it to me. Okay, so here you are. Eliminate all the terrorists. Look at this ridiculous number of people that you're up against. Oh, it's crazy. Right, so now this is where the additional level of complexity comes in. So now I've got 4 different guys, and as you can see, I've got 2 guys over here that are sort of like stealth guys, and then I've got a breacher guy with a shotgun here, and a guy with a carbine over here. Now, you can do this a couple of different ways. I've made it through this map successfully. I'll show you. Let me go to Customize, and you can see here, this is like this guy's set up as a breacher. I'm going to change him to stealth. And then, after I've done that, I can change him further, and I'm going to grab this UMP-45. Since it uses 45 ACP ammo, it does more damage. It's a little louder than the MP5 SD, but it's got better stopping power. As you can see here, you can kind of glance at the stats when you go back and forth. So I'm going to grab that, He has light armor. I'm going to change that to standard. And it changes his mobility a little bit down here at the bottom. But I'm okay with that, because I've played this map a lot, and I know that, you know, you kind of need it. I change this guy to stealth. And we're going to give him standard armor. And I think I have these guys already set up. Yep. Oh, and I need... No, okay. These guys have breaching charges. Yep. Breaching charge. And then these guys have all flashbangs as their secondary. Alright, so let me move like that. Okay. So now I'm ready to go into deploy mode. So I hit go. As you can see here, I've got a sniper. So over on this side of the map, I'm going to have this sniper that's available as sort of backup. It's a plus and a minus to have the sniper. When you're trying to do a stealth insertion like I'm doing with these particular guys, it can be a little challenging to have the sniper, because he shoots, and obviously once he shoots, it starts panicking these guys, right? As it should. So just, you know, bear that in mind depending on how you're deploying your guys. So I'm gonna come up here like so, and I'm gonna toss a I'm gonna toss a flashbang right here. I'm gonna have his partner come up right here. And then as soon as they're done with that, actually we'll put a go code on this. Okay, and then we're gonna go like so. And like this. Now, if you're wondering why I'm doing like this kind of loop thing, it's because I want him to face this way in case someone comes out, or if there's someone down here, I want to clear before I move forward. I'm going to go ahead and get to this point, and I'm going to have them reload. I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. One, because this is sort of like where I want them to be kind of at the first stage of the mission. And so it stops them here and has them do something productive while people are moving around. Now, over here, okay, he's going to come like this and come... Actually, hold on. What do I want to do? Actually, I want to go down here first. At the same time, I want this guy to come here. And he's going to wait for a go code alpha at this point. These guys are waiting here. And then once the fireworks start, this guy's going to come down here. Actually, you know what? Just to be safe, because I've got plenty of them, I'll throw a flashbang right there. And then I'll have him come clear, like so, and then end up right here. Okay. Meanwhile, this guy's going to come down here. So like right here at this edge. He's going to toss a grenade, flash grenade, right there, flashbang. And then I'm going to have him sort of just run through here. And then he's going to come back, and he'll be positioned right here. And this will be on go code alpha. Alright, so let's see how this first part goes. Alright, everybody's at alpha, here we go. Okay, they're reloading. Okay, so far, so good. I think we have one guy that's injured. Yeah, he's injured. And see, it's red, so he's injured pretty badly. It's yellow and then red and then dead. Okay, so I think what we'll do here is we will we'll come over here. And we're going to use the spy cam to look into this room. We're going to send this guy over to this door. And he's going to use the spy cam. This guy's going to come up here and kick in this door. And if there's anybody in that bathroom, he's going to take him out. And then he's going to come over here and spy cam on this door. And then the injured guy here is going to just sort of come out into this hallway like so, in case anyone comes out of these doors. Okay, now as you can see here, I've got the spy cam hooked up, and now I can grab this to orientate the camera. Oh, alright, so I see where everyone is. So that's going to change things for him. I'm just going to have him come over to this door. Now that I know how they're orientated, I'm going to go up to the door, I'm going to set an alpha code, and then I'm going to set a flashbang. And that's going to land right on these guys. And I'm going to set a Bravo code here, and then he's going to just come into the room. And likewise, this injured guy should be able to... Now we'll just have him, he'll continue to look through this door, actually, that's fine. And then, let's see, we'll come over here and come into the bathroom area and then come back out. And we will come back out here. Likewise, we will come back out here. And then we'll plan the next stage. Okay, pause. Let's take a look. Only one guy right there, but he's facing right at the door, so we gotta keep that in mind. Okay, here we go. Alpha code.
Alpha, go.
Beta.
Go.
There we go. That was nice. Nice and clean. Okay, let's wait for our team to come out. Okay, we'll pause it again. And then let's see. For here, I think what we'll do... This guy's hurt, so we're going to send him around. He can provide cover over here. This guy's going to come here. We'll toss the grenade, or the flashbang, I mean. And that'll be on Alpha. This will be on Alpha as well. So we will then come through, and we'll move right over to this point, which, as you can see, there's going to be like, he'll have some cover. There's like a little shield icon there. And we'll do likewise here. Okay, and then... Oh, I was supposed to send that guy outside. Well, alright, it should be okay. We'll come down here. Try a flashbang like this. It's on Alpha. And we'll try a flashbang. What's going on? Okay, hold on. What's the deal? Come, it's not giving me the... I don't know why it's doing that. Alright, well then what we'll do is we'll just have him move in and behind cover. And likewise, this guy will move in and get behind cover as well. So they'll clear. These guys should be able to clear this part of the room. Okay, grenade. You know what? Actually, I'm going to delete that one. Add an alpha code here. And at this point, this guy's going to toss a flashbang down here. Okay, let's try this.
Alpha, go.
Is that everybody?
We're done.
Awesome. All right. So we had, I think, a minute 40 to do it, and we did it in a minute and 16 seconds. We got 3 stars. No one died. That was pretty good. And this is the mission that, you know, literally I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta be able to get through this, and I did it over and over again, which is probably why I was able to get through this on the first try. Where, you know, obviously if I had gone into that blind, there'd be no way I would have been able to get through it. But that's a fairly quick look here at Door Kickers. I hope you liked it. I have to tell you, I think the game's a blast, and alpha version or not, or beta or whatever the heck, early access, whatever you want to call it. The bottom line is, it's a game that's very stable as far as I've been able to tell in the several hours that I've played it. It's really fun. It's kind of an addictive game. And this, you know, the purpose of this video is a first look. But if you'd like to see me do a full Let's Play of the game, if you're interested in seeing more of the missions and want me to do some random generated stuff and whatnot, then let me know. You know, give it a like and say something in the comments, and I'd be happy to show you more of it. But I just want to make sure it's something you guys want to see. Either way, I'm going to keep playing the game because I think it's a blast. And then the question of, do I think it's worth you taking a look at? Is it worth buying into the early access? And I'd have to say yes, it is worth it. I think the game's like $15 or something like that, $19 or something. Either way, it's a steal with the amount of replayability it has and how much fun it is. If you're a fan of tactical games, you know, real-time strategy, even turn-based, quite frankly, even turn-based strategy. If you're a fan of that, as I am, the fact that it's real-time and possible, and then you can plan everything out, it essentially is turn-based if that's the playstyle that you want. So it's highly adaptive. So either way, I don't think, you know, be it a fan of real-time strategy or of, you know, turn-based strategy, I think either way you're going to have a lot of fun with this. So that's my look at Door Kickers. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider giving me a thumbs up. As always, I look forward to your comments and feedback. And until next time, I'm Mal, and I will see you later.